Hi there, this is Justin Turner here to present my week 9 coding assignment for Promenade Text Backend Bootcamp. I'm going to share my screen with you. Here we are. So this week we were asked to write a lot of code in Java that allows us to have a user provide input to a menu-driven application and update a MySQL database, or really I should say update the rows in a table of a MySQL database with that input. So let me show you that. So I guess first what I'll show you is the table that we're updating. Here it is. It's empty. Okay, I'll refresh it just to make sure. Yep, still empty. Okay, and now let's go over to the actual Java code. So there was a lot of, we added a lot of files and that kind of thing to our project here. But the one I'm going to show you is the main driver method here in the main class. So I'm just going to run it. Okay, run as Java application. Okay, so I did do things a little differently than what the project asked us to do. I made the ability for the user to quit a menu item rather than just pressing enter, because I thought that might be unclear to users. First things first, I'm going to provide an invalid input and watch it throw an error message there. So there that is. Okay, next I'm going to prove that I actually can just type 1 to quit. Boom, exiting the menu, and it stopped running. Okay, let's start it up again. Now let's actually add a project. Okay, so first I'm going to type in 2 to add a project. So enter the project name. There was something we were supposed to add here. I'm just going to make something up. Let's call it IKEA baby chair. I just built one of these. Enter the estimated hours, 1. To the actual hours, like 1.5, because I made an error early on in the process. Enter a difficulty. Okay, so here we could have implemented a check for whether or not the difficulty that the user is giving us is valid. So I did do that. So I'm going to enter an invalid input, such as like 7 on a scale of 1 to 5, right? And I basically outsourced it to a method that continually checks the next input provided by the user for its validity, given those, 1 to 5, that 1 to 5 constraint. So you can see here it reprompts the user, and because difficulty actually is allowed to be null, I also included this message: simply press enter if you do not wish to provide a difficulty at this time. So technically this was a 1, even though I made an error. Enter project notes. Make sure to install the lateral slats with the screw wells facing downward. Silly mistake. Okay. Boom. Okay, and then it shows us that we connected to our schema right here. That was something that we implemented last week. And then it shows us the user input as provided, which we already saw that. So we saw me typing that. Okay, and then it brings us back to the menu. So let's, first things first, let's quit that menu-driven application and then go back to dbeaver and refresh. And there is our first row in that projects table. Okay, thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, let me know.